The first thing I'm gonna show here is the crow blueprint. Its main purpose is to give a visual hint to a player to look at the ball. When E is pressed, it sets the visibility to visible and then playing a sequence of it moving. I'll move to the biggest component of the scene is the trigger box. It changes the color of several lights in the scene and also runs 2 sequences. Right after the first sequence with lots of crows, it also plays a sound and then deletes crows from the scene. The blueprint here divides. The one on top is the widget. Right here is a blueprint for a widget with animation fading and fade out. And below there is a second sequence playing with audio as well and destroying the actors when it's finished. This is the actual blueprint for the lights. It runs the array of 3-point lights, changing the intensity and their color every time player exits or enters the trigger box. It has been converted to the function for reusing in a sequence player blueprint. All the actors in this section are used in a sequence. The other folders refer to the props and foliage. Beside the cinema folder that has 21 cameras and several sequences. There are assets created by students in a folder on STR assets. I'm using just 2 of my classmates' ones, the rock on the left hand side and the big ball on the right hand side. I personally created the pink and white flowers on the ground, as well as the wooden figure. I'm very pleased in the way the totem and altar area turned out. This horse is also created by me, and right behind it there is a deer skeletal mesh. The scene has several sequences as I've mentioned before. Testing BG1 and Totem Vibro are the ones playing when you enter the trigger box, and the shot 11 was used in the final edit of Echo Scene Tree. This is a blueprint for a pawn that takes input for the crow blueprint. The interaction stuff folder has everything I've created for this scene regarding the blueprints. UI HUD was supposed to be a middle point on the screen but ended up not being used at all. This is the UI texture for pressing E. I originally planned to have a tracing widget on the object, and I created the muster item for it, but I'm not using this functionality anymore. This input action lets the player press E, and this one adds press E to the general functionality. At the very bottom of my brilliant sequences, but I'll show you my code in a third-person blueprint. It's at the very top right here. It displays the E functionality and also the widget appearance. It looks like it for this project. Let's see how the player would see it. The player start is in the middle of the scene. I'll just come closer to run the trigger box first. As you can see, everything is working. The crows fly and lights change. Then the second sequence plays with the other deer and the skull fall on the ground. I'm gonna press E just in a second. That's how the crow appears when I press and hold E. It jumps in a cute way, and I did this animation as well as the deer animation. The frame rate on my Mac is not great, but I've checked it on Windows and it works very good.